Arcus Frontera impression of him was -20 in their mansion while they are eating. His father asks him about what he is planning to start this time, to which he replies that the owner ordered a heated room so he built it for him. His father then told him to not lie to those people who can't stand his lie anymore. Lloyd was about to go, but his father told him that he must know by now his family's situation, but don't worry, your father will make it through. He heard those words from his dad before he came into this world. At that time he really thought that things was going to be fine, but it's a lie after all. He leaves and tells his father to not give up, because he will hang in there too. In his room he was thinking about this RP point and how he can use it. The system then starts to scan him to see what he is good at, and while scanning the system finds all the civil engineering data in his head that he know already, and he asks the system shows new skill, so the system give him 2 skill and gave him the skill he needed to be able to use what he knows to the max limit, and skills that he got was based on his current knowledge of basic measurement and basic design. Since he already got enough points, he chooses both of them. The first skill was the basic measurement, and this skill helped him measure using just his eyes, and the second skill was basic design. It allowed him to draw and design anything in his head very quickly. These skills will help him a lot to build what he wants, but still, if only he had the knowledge of making heavy machinery or the ability to summon them. The system answers him quickly by saying that it's possible to summon. Lloyd was excited after hearing this, but the system shows him a window of a random draw for a fantasy species. It requires a 50 RP and he only has 1 RP left. If he was right, a fantasy species can be anything he can think of. They will be as useful as the heavy machinery. His goal now is to get as much RP as he can get to be able to summon a fantasy species. While he was walking, he met the lone shark guys. One of them is called Meatloaf and the other is called Shayla. They walked through him without greeting Baron's son. This is disrespectful, but he quickly remembered. Then they went in the Baron's office and disrespected him. They told him that he had 5 days left to pay his debt, and if he keeps doing that they will not sit still any longer. Lloyd was listening to them while they were disrespecting his father. What great timing for him, it's his time to show up. Meatloaf told him that if he can't pay him back, he knows a good place where he can sell his wife and mates. The Baron didn't speak out of shock, but Lloyd walked into them and asked him, do you think it's all right to have no manner just because you're a creditor? He quickly gets away from him and then asks, who the hell are you? Once he knew that he was an idiot's son, he calmed down and told him to not interfere with adult talking, and right before he finished his sentence, Lloyd asked him to see his invitation letter first. Both of them were confused about what he was saying. Lloyd then told them one of the kingdom's noble laws: every noble in the kingdom has the right to protect their rights and interests, and entering a noble's mansion without an invitation is equivalent to trespassing. Both of them become angry. They never heard such a law like that in their life. Lloyd tells them it's fine to let's check it. Then he called Javier and then he entered the office. Lloyd then told Javier to cut off the trespasser's arm. They called him crazy and asked him if he was trying to go to court or something. While he doesn't mind going to court to check this law and see whose side the court will take, they almost pissed themselves. They quickly ran away from the office. His father was scared about what they did. This will not help to calm things down. Lloyd put a bag of money and said that this money was not enough, but it will last for some time. His father told him to not extort money from people. Javier told him to not to be worried, he will keep a close eye on him. The Baron trusts Javier's judgment and decides to see what will happen. While they were walking, Javier asks Lloyd how an ignorant person like him knows about the law, and of course he read it in the novel. After the couple's death, the 2 lone sharks wanted to dig for their corpses and sell them, and that time he said that Javier slices the 2 people's hands. Knowing the contents of the novel is a great benefit, and this is the moment that he's been waiting for. The Baron impression has increased, so he now has 61 RP points as he planned. He is now able to afford one of the fantasy species.